Good day, this 98th day, Meaningful Moments, 365 days. I've been thinking this morning about getting on to do this live, and there were so many pieces that were just flowing and moving along, and energetically it felt just right. And it reminded me of what I was going to speak about today, which was coasting along. I had mentioned it yesterday in Meaningful Moments about a bike ride that I took, and I had a little bit of a moment where I described standing up on the bike and coasting down a hill, and that coasting piece, that feeling, I'm sure that many of you can relate to that in different ways that the energy flows for you, but that's the closest thing that I can equate with it in terms of a physical experience when I'm doing that coasting that matches the feeling of what like this morning felt like, which was this movement of energy that flows through, and I'm kind of riding along with it without much effort at all. So I wanted to add to that coasting along piece, which was a little story to share about the bike ride a few days ago. And on the way back home, I was already feeling a little tired, and it was interesting because I think that I hadn't noticed that I actually had expended a lot of energy during the course of the day, and then I was feeling like I wanted to relax and ride my bike and get fresh air and do all those kinds of things, clear my mind, and it was beautiful. But sometimes it isn't until we actually pause and stop, and then we allow ourselves to relax, then our physical body actually goes, wait a minute, you're really tired and you need rest. But on the way back home, I was exerting energy, pedaling the bike and moving along and coming into the last leg of coming home. And we rode up this bridge, and my husband says to me, pedal really hard right now so you don't gotta, work so hard, so much effort going up that bridge. And he's like, just, use the energy and the momentum to pull you up over that hill. And I did that, and then we started playing a game, because as I started to do that, I started coming down the hill and I was coasting along, like no effort. And so then we played a little game, like how far can we go coasting along without having to pedal again? And so we marked these landmarks, so to speak, trees, where the next time we do it, we can see if we can go a little bit further. But that moment, the meaningful moment, was coasting down that hill, and the full recognition, the full realization of the feeling, the experience of moving along, no effort at all, and in motion, just going forward, 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 and this momentum that was just carrying me along. And I went for a really pretty long way, so I'm curious to see if next time I can go even further. But it was such a beautiful way that coincides with just how this morning felt, which added to that meaningful moment, because I was in the flow and suddenly it like clicked. It was like, oh yeah, that's the piece of coasting along, what it feels like. And so much balance and alignment with all of that, because in that coasting along and that last stretch, the key was to stay balanced and to allow the momentum to keep pushing me. So profound for me. And just, understanding how all these pieces and the consciousness that we bring to it in our day-to-day living, and how we balance ourselves, how we look for these opportunities to care for ourselves and to be held in this beautiful energy and abundance that allows us to move along and really coast along a little bit more effortlessly. So for you today, in all the ways that you might find yourself butting up against something, or actually having the idea, the inspiration that comes that allows you to move past that with a little bit more ease and grace, or perhaps you're moving along in a way that's so flowing that you can totally relate to this, but in all the ways that you're learning today. Namaste.